Good morning, everyone. It's great to see you all here. Thank you for listening my answer to the question given. My name Arya Raditya Damarjati. You can call me Arya. I am an international management student from University of Tanjung Pura, batch 2018. Today, I'm here to answer the question given my lecturer, Mr. Adi Mursalin. Firstly, I will answer the question, Part A, which deal with the activity in Zoom meeting. There are 4 questions there. Next, I will answer the question on Part B, which is deal with the theories of advanced organizational behavior. There are 15 questions, and then I will watch 2 question video given and answer the question that follow. Well, my dear friend, let me begin my answer. For the question A, Part A deals with your activity in Zoom meeting. Are you active attending the lecture of organizational behavior? Do you engage in discussion handled by your friend? Can you give the evidence of your activity in the discussion in Zoom meeting? So, in class activity, I am normal in the sense of not being too active and not too passive. It's balance. In class discussion, I participate in it. For example, if there is a group presenting, I ask about the material. And B, how many chapters have been presented before the midterm test? Mention the topic of the chapter and presenter. How do you find the presenter? So, there are 7 chapters that have been presented before the midterm test. The first one is chapter 2, and the presenter is Tiffany and Desi, the theme of diversity in organization. And chapter 3, Nur Pratista and Nurmalia. The theme is about organizational behavior. Chapter 3 is Carlos and Mando. It's about attitude and job satisfaction. For the chapter 4, we can see Nita and Vanessa and Yuni. The theme is about emotion and mood. Chapter 5, Salsabila and Tasya. The theme is about personality and value. Chapter 7 is Nabil and Irfani. The theme is about motivation and concept. I can get to know the presenter name by read the organizational behavior group 1 day before the class. What can you obtain from watching your friend presentation? From that I can obtain from many of my friend presentation is I get to know more about the organizational behavior material chapter by chapter. Its classes discuss about a different chapter. And D, what book is used in your study of OB? How do you find the book? We use the Robin and Judd's book for OB classes, and we can find it at the Google Classroom that will already sent by Mr. Adi Mursalin. And Part B, question Part B, deal with the theory of advanced human resource management. The first, describe the manager function, roles, and skill. Function of manager are various roles played by the manager in an organization. A manager is accountable for all the happening in the firm and is answerable to the management. The 7 major roles played by the manager are planning. So the basic step required for any project, big or small, is the planning stage. The manager needs to plan the schedule and give the blueprint of how the task is to be done with all the necessary detail. And also manager should have a backup plan that is doesn't work, that what next. And the second, organization. So next come the organization part where the manager needs to synchronize and have to make sure everything is going according to the plan. Everything should work as the plan. And if it's not, the manager needs to look into the issue and make it work as planned. Satisfying. In simple word, satisfying means grouping of people into different teams and allotting different tasks of them. If the team member have some dispute, then the team member need to report to the team leader who will forward it to the manager and the issue will be taken care of. And next, directing and leading. It is a manager's responsibility to guide the employee in all situations in order to avoid conflict and delay in the tasks. Manager has to lead the employee so that They can get clear idea about what is to be done and how to do it. Coordinating. It means bringing all the employees together by forming an affection relationship and making them feel comfortable to share their view and easy freely. Reporting. The manager has to keep update information about all ongoing tasks and it's sole responsibility of the manager to report the update status and the hired authority, while our employees are bound to report to the manager. Budgeting. A task has to be complete with the given time frame as well as it should be cost efficient. The manager needs to be double sure and all amount invested in the project doesn't exceed the budget given in case imbalance. The budgeting manager has to report to the management. Controlling. Last but of course not least, role player by manager is having everything under control, whether it is the budgeting or resource allocating. Everything should be in order. So for second question, part B, mention and explain the discipline of contribute to the OB field. Contributing discipline to the organization behavior field are psychology. Psychology deals with the study of human behavior that seek to explain and something change the behavior of human and other animals. Psychology are primarily interested in predicting the behavior of individual to a great extent by observing dynamic of personal factor. Thus, who contribute and continue to add to the knowledge of OB are teaching theories, personality theories, counseling psychologists, and primary, industrial and organizational psychologists. Sociology. The major focus sociologist is on studying the social system in which each individual feel their roles. The focus on the group dynamic they have made their greatest contribute to the OB through their study of group behavior in organization, particular formal sophisticated organization. Sociological concept, theory, models, and technique help significantly to the understand better to the group dynamic, organizational, culture, formal organization theory and structure, corporate technology, bureaucracy, communication, power conflict, and intergroup behavior. Social psychology. Social psychology deals with many of the same phenomena, but seek to explain whole individual home interaction and human cognition, influence culture, and it is influenced by culture. The unit of analyze is the individual within the group and in reality. Some forms of sociology are closely related to social psychology. Social psychologists study an enormous range of topics including conformity, persuasion, power, influence, obedience, prejudice, discrimination, stereotyping, sexism, racism, small group, small category, intergroup behavior, crowd behavior, social conflict, social change, decision making, and economics. Economic contribute to organizational behavior to a great extent in design the organizational structure. Transaction cost economic influence the organization and its structure. Transaction cost economic imply cost a component to make an exchange on the market. This transaction cost economic examines the extent to which the organizational structure and size of organization varies respond to attempts to avoid market failure through minimizing production and transaction costs with concentrates of human informational factor. And also anthropology. The main aim anthropology is to acquire a better understanding of the relationship between the human being and the environment adaptation surrounding constitute culture. The manner in which people view their surrounding is a part of the culture. Political science. Contribute of political science are significant to understand of behavior in organization. Political scientists study the behavior of individual and group within a political environment. They contribute to understanding the dynamic of power centers, structuring of conflict, and conflict resolution tactic, allocation of power, and how people manipulate the power of individual self-interest. The third, explain the challenge of opportunity for OB. So, main challenge and opportunity of organizational behavior are such as improving people skill, improving quality and productivity, total quality management, and we can short like TKM, and managing for diversity, responding to globalization, empowering people, combating the temporariness, stimulating innovation and change, emergence of e-organization and e-commerce, improving ethical behavior, improving customer service, helping employee balance work-life conflict, flattening world. And four, how do you manage work for diversity? While work for diversity might be somewhat challenging to manage, encouraged by and fostering is the that way forward to organization in this increasingly global business environment. Organization which can achieve diversity and make it well will gain a competitive advantage in terms of innovation and diversification, as well as be a perfect employer for top talent. 5. What do you know about personality, and how does personality affect job performance? Personality is a characteristic way of thinking, feeling, and behaving. Personality embraces mood, attitude, and opinion, and is the most clearly expressed in interaction with other people. Personality affects all aspects of a person's performance, even how he or she react the situation on the job. Now every personality is suited for every job position, so it is important to recognize personality trait and pair employee with the duty that fit their personality the best. This can lead to increased productivity and job satisfaction, helping your organization to function more efficiently. 6. Explain the Meyer-Briggs type indicator. The Meyer-Briggs type indicator, or also we can say as MBTI, is a self-help assessment test which help people gain insight about how they work and learn. It is a framework for relationship building, developing positivism, and achieving excellence. The 7, and we can see in here as we follow the link openpsychometric.org test, and how do you describe your personality, and ask two of friends to open the link and also describe your friend personality. How do you deal with your friend if are their manager? I got are the manager. So in this case, I got a type A personality. The type A individual is ambitious, rigidly organization, highly status conscious, can be sensitive, care of other people, are truthful, impatient, also try to help others, take one more they can handle, want other people to get the open, proactive, and obsessed with time management. People with type A personality are often high achieving workaholic who multitask, push themselves with deadlines, and hate both delay and ambivalent. And I already asked to my friend to do this, and they got a both type of A personality. If I was their manager, I have no worry about the trust issue, and what I have managed to from them was only their emotion because I am the same type as them. And so the number 8 is about explain type A and type B personality. Type A individual is ambitious, rigidly organized, highly status conscious, can be sensitive, care for other people, are truthful, impatient, always try to help others, take one more than they can handle. Want other people to get to the point, proactive, and obsessed with time management. People with type A personality are often high achieving workaholic who multitask, push themselves with deadlines. They hate both delay and ambivalent. Type B individual as a contrast to those with a type A personality. People with type B personality by definition generally live at a lower stress level and typically work steadily, enjoy achievement but not become stressed when they are not achieved. When faced with competition, they do not mind losing and either enjoy the game or back down. They may be creative and enjoy exploring ideas concepts. They are often reflective, thinking about the other inner world. Furthermore, type B personalities may have a poor sense of time, schedule, and can be predominantly right brain thinker. 9. What do you know about type D personality? So the type D Personality style tends to be direct and decisive, sometimes described as dominant. They would prefer to lead and follow and tend toward leadership and manage position. They tend to have high self-confidence and are risk takers and problem solvers, enable others to look to them for decision and direction. They tend to be self-starter. And then, explain the difference between mood and emotion. One of the main difference between mood and emotion can be seen in the expression. Mood is something a person may not express, whereas emotion may be expressed. Another difference is the mood may last longer than the emotions are aroused in people by some specific object or situation. On the other hand, mood are not created in someone because of any specific object or any particular situation. Mood may for a long period, whereas emotion only lasts for the time being, and anger or happiness pertains to the time is the felt. On the other hand, sadness or any other mood is something that can be felt for many days. 11. How do mood emotion affect employee performance? Emotions are pure human psychological phenomena. An employee a critical effect by their behavior in workplace. An employee emotion and overall temperament have a significant impact on his job, performance, decision-making skill, time, spirit, and leadership, and turnover. What employees feel and how they express their emotion affect their performance. Emotion directly influence decision making, creativity, and interpersonal relation. This research study analyzed the effect of emotion and employee job performance and investigates the relationship between anger, interest, and trust of an individual in the workplace with the job performance. Results show the emotion in the workplace were considered important in relationship and to employee well-being and job satisfaction only. Anger often lead to aggression toward colleagues, while sadness lead to dissatisfaction with the job. An emotion like anger, interest, trust in instantaneous, nor is it prolonged like a mood. Rather, emotion is a brief episode synchronized change in mind and body which directly affect the employee performance. 12. Explain the early theory of motivation. The theory of motivation lists are Maslow hierarchy theory X, and theory Y. Two-factor theory and McClellan theory of need. This theory of motivation used by the supervisor in the present time of encouraging to subordinate toward work. The 12. What do you know about A. Equity theory, B. Reinforcement theory, C. Self-efficacy theory, and D. Goal-setting theory? For the A. Equity theory, popularly known as Adam equity theory, aims to strike a balance between an employee input and output in a workplace. If the employee is able to find his or her right balance, it will lead to a more productive relationship with the management. B. Reinforcement theory of motivation was proposed by B.F. Skinner and his associates. It is stated that individual behavior is a function of its consequence. It is based on law of effect. Example, individual behavior with a positive consequence tends to be repeated, but individual behavior with the negative consequence tends to be not to be repeated. C. Self-efficacy theory. Self-efficacy is related to the concept of self-control and the ability to modulate your behavior to reach your goal. It is can something be confused with the self-regulation. They are related but still separate concepts. D. Goal-setting theory refers to the effect of setting goals on subsequent performance. Research Edwin Locke found the individual who set specific difficult goal perform better than those who set generally easy goal. Locke proposed 5 basic principles of goal setting: clarity, challenge, commitment, feedback, and task. Complexity. 14. Give the explanation on motivation and ways to motivate students in English language learning. The motivation in learning English for students, as we can gain more information and we can be more intellectual. And it is about 5 ways to motivate students in English language learning. The first, make class communicative. The second, make English particular. The third, make class fun. The fourth, relationship. 5, give feedback. 15. What have you obtained from studying 7 chapters of OB? From chapter 7, I get to know the motivation theory, which is the studying of understanding what drives a person to work toward a particular goal or outcome. It is relevant to all of society, but it is especially important to a business management that because motivated employee is more productive and more productive employee is profitable. Part C. Right now, we're going to part C, deals with the question on on organizational behavior videos. There are 2 videos. From the first, we can see the speaker is talking about emotion and the mood definition and the effect of mood emotion, the difference between emotion and mood, identify the sort of mood and emotion, the impact emotional labor has on employee, identify of emotion regulation and their effect. Apply the concept about emotion and mood to specify OB and implication for manager. And on the second video is talking about the personality test. From the video, I will say that the personality test is not actually accurate and comprehensive depiction of who you are, because there are 2 elements called validity and reliability, and there is a research found that 50% of people had different result in their second time test. Actually, a personality test only tell you when you tell it, and the result based on how honest and self-reflection you are with the question. So guys, I think already answer all the question of the organizational behavior class. So thank you so much for watching, and I'm sorry if there are any wrong word or answer from me. And see you and bye.